brothers, sisters, and brothers, dear friends, peace be with you. Let us greet one another. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
My favorite book in the Bible, aside from the four Gospels, is the book of Job. The book of Job tells the story of a man named Job, who, after all his misfortunes, trials, and tribulations, did not give up on his faith and hope in God. The story of Job is actually the story of our humanity. And you find in the book of Job all kinds of religious questions. One of the questions asked by Job in chapter 14 is, if a man die, shall he live again? Kung mamamatay ang tao, mabubuhay pa kaya siya magmuli? Tanungin mo nga yung katabi mo, kung mamamatay ka ngayon, mabubuhay ka pa kaya magmuli? Sige, hindi ka sasampalin yan. Ngayon, sagutin mo yung nagtanong sa'yo. Sa palagay mo, mauuna ka. We believe that Jesus' resurrection defeated sin and death, but also the devil. But we ask the question, did the Lord really defeat the devil? Because we still feel his temptations. One theologian said, the devil is still there. He just changed his tactics. He no longer lures us to rebel against God, like what he did to Adam and Eve and the people of Israel. His temptations are a little subtle now. His temptations are no longer rebel against God. Don't follow his ways. That is no longer the strategy. That is no longer the strategy of the devil. Because that is already very obvious to us. We are already aware of the tactic. His new strategy is to lure us to become mediocre and lazy in our effort to find the true meaning and purpose of our life. That is one. Second is another temptation that the devil makes use is he tells us to be self-reliant and to be self-sufficient. You can manage your life without God. You can be happy without God. You can be fulfilled without God. You can be at peace without God. And so, if we give in to this temptation of self-reliance and self-sufficiency, this will make us eventually indifferent to God. Unti-unti na wala na tayo makialam sa Diyos. And I think self-sufficiency is the biggest obstacle to faith. If I think that I am self-sufficient, I do not make an effort to seek Him, I will never find Him. So, I will not have this opportunity to have a personal experience of God. And because I don't have a personal experience of God, God is not real. Then I become an atheist. I become an agnostic. Bishop Robert Barr calls this apathy towards God, indifference towards God. What does he mean? Whether God exists or not, I don't care. I don't care. I don't really care. It is not important to me. Why am I sharing this to you? What is the connection to Easter Sunday? Apathy towards God is like being in the tomb. The door is closed. The Gospel of John tells us about the empty tomb. Libingang walang laman. And for me, I think the tomb is a place of sorrow, a place of darkness, a place of isolation, a place of death. Ang libingan ay lugar ng kalungkutan, dilim, pag-iisa, at katapusan. Mary Magdalene visited the tomb while it was dark, very early in the morning, and she was expecting to find the tomb sealed with a big rock, with a big stone. But she found the tomb to be open, and not only open, it was also empty. Jesus was no longer in the tomb. The tomb for me represents our doubt, our fear, and our resistance to God. Let me end now our reflection. I understand that many people undergo a sort of crisis of faith. We know some friends who went to church before, who had trust and faith in the Lord, and then they went from having faith to apathy towards God. I also experienced this kind of crisis. Why do I still have faith in God until now? Because in all my past experiences, it was faith that sustained